Hey guys, Midget here, and I'm doing the Skidget show, as promised, with my friend Skeblik.
Hello, everybody.
On my channel, we're going to have a gaming Skidget show, which is basically consists of gaming. That's all we're going to be talking about. On his channel, we're going to talk about all general stuff. So yeah, if you want to go and check his channel out, that's basically in the description. And yeah, so how are you today, Skeblik?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, I'm fine. So anyway, let's get straight into this podcast. The first topic we're going to talk about is Ratchet Clank, the animation movie that's coming out in 2015, and I really can't wait. What about you?
I'm actually not that big of a fan of Ratchet Clank. I've never played any of the games. All I know about it is it's a 3D animated action-adventure comedy film based on the games, and it's made by Insomniac Games, and it'll be produced by Rainmaker Entertainment and Blockade Entertainment. That's all I know about it.
Yeah, so if you don't know, Ratchet is like this Lombax. If you don't know what a Lombax is, it's like this cat with really big ears, and he's got a tail and everything, and he talks, and he's friends with this little robot thing, who is Clank. They met each other in the first game. I'm just saying this off by heart right now, because I haven't played the first game. The first game I played was the second game, and I know how they met. Ratchet crashed into an island, and there was just this like box, and it was Clank. You know how turtles like go in when they're scared of something in their shells. That was basically Clank, but you could see his head and everything. So that's how they met. It says here, I've got this off Wikipedia. The film will be an origin that retells the events of the original Ratchet and Clank. So the original trilogy, I presume. But also incorporates some elements from later games. So Quest for Beauty, I can't remember. All for One, games like that.
You know what I just thought of?
Yep,
it would be interesting if maybe the movie was actually just a more HD version of all the cutscenes from the game. Would that be kind of interesting, but kind of cheap?
The cutscenes are pretty HD, but if they made a film, anyway, that would be...
Because they did the same thing, I think, with the Lego Batman movie. They just took all the cutscenes from the game and made that into the movie.
Yeah. The trailer actually is pretty funny, so it still shows, like, the cutscenes, some of them, but it implements, like a whole storyline. So the thing you said might actually happen, if you know what I mean. With a different storyline. So anyway, the film will show how Ratchet and Clank met each other. The two characters will unite to fight against the film's main antagonist, Chairman Drek, who aims to destroy all planets within the Solana galaxy by creating a new world for the blog. I've never actually experienced the blog. I think I have seen Chairman Drek, but I've never experienced the blog because, they're obviously a new enemy. I presume they're gonna be quite tough to beat, if a game ever comes out on them. But I'm not sure. What about you? Do you think Blog sounds scary?
It sounds more like Blob. And Blob isn't that scary of a thing, But wasn't there going to be a Ratchet & Clank game coming for the PS4?
No, actually, because Sony have got this, whatever it's called, I can't remember what it's called. They sort of ditched, if you know what I mean. At Insomniac, they had, the prescription to be with Insomniac, and then they're like...
the contract.
Yeah. Just because Ratchet and Clank is an exclusive PS3 game, so then they sort of ditched that and got another company that does this other game. I forgot what it's called. It did Naughty Bear, if you know what I mean. That company. And now they're with that company instead of Ratchet and Clank. So and I know that Ratchet & Clank, the new game, is coming out on PS3, but it's not coming out on PS4. So...
well, that's weird, because, the PS4 is coming out in a few days, really. So there isn't that much time for another Ratchet & Clank game on the PS3.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're not doing it to get another game out on the PS3. They're doing it on the PS3. It's not going to come out on the PS4 because of their contract, as you said.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's just going to be a PS3 game. There's not going to be a PS4 version. So I'm kind of sad to see that, as I won't do a Let's Play on it because, I've not got a screen recorder until PS4. But anyway, where were we? Ratchet and Clank stumble onto a dangerous weapon capable of destroying entire planets. Well, that sounds kind of frightening, but...
Yes, it's kind of like the Death Star array in Star Wars.
Yeah. I've seen that. That's pretty... I don't think it'll be that big though, would it?
Well, yeah.
And they must join forces with a team of colourful heroes. That sounds, if I say...
That sounds kind of cheesy.
Yeah, and also, I don't want to say what it sounds like, but it sounds like that, if you know what I'm on about.
Yes.
The Galactic Rangers, again, that's sort of a cheesy name.
Yeah.
In order to save the galaxy from the Drek and Blarg, during this quest, they'll learn the importance of values such as heroism, friendship, and discovery of their identity. I don't think they've got, like, problems that they discovered their identity. I just think they actually, if it makes them, I don't know. I don't know how to put it into words. What about you? Discover their identity.
I don't know. It just sounds really cheesy, you know? Whenever a movie or a game or a TV show or something has that kind of thing in its description,
Yeah.
I immediately go, well, I'm not watching that. I mean, sometimes it turns out better than others, but if it's poorly done and it's too cheesy, it just really is not a good thing, no matter how good the original source content is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you ever seen Ratchet and Clank gameplay, I doubt you have, because as you said, you never watched anything. The game is really cheesy. In the what's it called, All for One game of Ratchet and Clank, I played that. There's like this gun that turns big enemies. Like if you have it locked on for the enemy for a certain amount of time, it turns them into like this giant pig or sheep or something. And you know, exactly, it's really cheesy.
Wow.
It just like, it can get really like, you know, Clank gets taken and it can get really serious at points, but then again, you know, it can get really cheesy, like a giant pig in the middle of like really a war zone, you know. It's just what?
Well, that sounds like TF2 to me.
Yeah. But anyway, finally, I just want to say that that like voice actors will remain the same. James Arnold Taylor as Ratchet, David Kay as Clank, Jim Ward as Captain Quark. Although James Arnold could actually potentially do the Quark version, and unknown actor as Chairman Drek, because you know Chairman Drek's new fairly to the movies and games, and Armin Shimmerin as Dr. Nefarious. Yep, so that's basically all, and I just want to give my conclusion. As a big fan of the series, I can't wait until it comes out, because, you know, Ratchet & Clank is one of my favourite games, if not my favourite. Shame you have to wait to 2015, but that will hopefully give some really good editing, you know, CGs and stuff like this, because it's in 2 years' time and you don't know what can happen then. But again, it says that they're going to return to the old characters, so I doubt it's going to be that good. I mean, it will be good, but I doubt it's going to be as good, like, quality characters, because it's like the older games, and if you ever watch the older games, they look quite bad. But what I've seen, they still look pretty good for the old games, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. So, the next topic here is Minecraft 1.7. Our next topic here is Minecraft 1.7. What do you want to say about this?
Well, I love what Dinnerbone has added in 1.7. I actually heard that he wrote like 500,000 lines of code just for 1.7. I actually have a list of the new biomes here with me. So if you don't mind, I'll read them.
Okay, go on.
We got two kinds of savanna. We got actually two kinds of savanna: savanna plateau and savanna mountains. We have a flower biome. We have a sunflower biome. We have a roof forest biome, which is like a huge forest, and you can pretty much like go over it on the roof of the trees. We have Extreme Hills Plus, which is like Extreme Hills, but there's a lot more stone and there's lava coming out of the stone. We also have Mesa, which is just pretty much clay, and it looks really awesome.
And red sand.
What?
And red sand.
Yeah. And we have Birch Forest, which is just a bunch of birch trees. And I think from what I can tell, there's two new kinds of wood: dark oak wood and acacia wood. So yeah, lots of new stuff. And I'm pretty sure that's not the only change. There's got to be something else, but I just haven't gotten to it yet.
One biome you missed was the Stone Beach biome.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, there's new enchantments such as, you know, for the fishing rod, new blocks such as podzol, red sand, also stained glass, new animals, I presume, yeah, salmon, pufferfish, and catfish.
Yeah, and I think that also, horses and donkeys spawn more often.
Mm-hmm, they just...
And in larger groups.
Yeah, mainly on plains, to be honest, now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, so what, I think this is very cool. implementation, if you want to call it that. And one thing about red sand is I think there's going to be red sandstone soon because, you know, red sand, there's always sandstone for sand. So I'm kind of stoked to see what they can do. And yeah, so is that it for this topic?
Yeah, but I just wanted to add that I love the stained glass. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favourite stained glass?
Probably yellow.
Really?
Yeah. It just, you know, with stained glass, you can add such a, you know, more nice and kind of fancy look to things like tunnels, for example, or, you know, even you can, like, build a chapel or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
My favourite one, personally, is the grey one. I use it for basically everything because it fits with everything, in my opinion. Yeah, anyway, next topic here is next-gen consoles, so have you got anything to say about this?
Yeah, next-gen consoles. I'm not a fanboy, but I definitely prefer the PlayStation over the Xbox, which, you know, if I was to get a next-gen console, which I'm not, but if I were to, I would definitely get the PS4, because there's a lot more exclusives that I like on it. Like, there's The Crew, there's, I can't remember any at this point, but there are a lot of exclusives on it that I like a lot. You know, it also has, I'm pretty sure that it's more powerful than the Xbox One, and it just, you know, it doesn't have the Kinect as a requirement. And, you know, it won't spy on you. The Xbox won't spy on you either, but I'm just saying. So, yeah, I just really like the PS4 over the Xbox One. But the Xbox One, you know, the reason that I wouldn't get it over the PS4 is because the exclusives at launch are not a good lineup, in my opinion, and plus the Kinect, of course. What do you think?
I'm again like you. I'm really biased towards the PS4 as I've been with PlayStation for probably like 5 years or more. One thing I really want to point out is a big difference if you're in the gaming community. PS4 lets you record up to 15 minutes of gameplay.
Yep, I heard about that, yeah.
Or live stream however long you want. When on Xbox, it's only 5 minutes. So if you like think about it theoretically, it's not that much of a difference, 10 minutes. But two most popular games I've researched are FIFA, Call of Duty, and one COD game takes up to 7 to 12 minutes, and you can't even record one full game of COD, if you know what I mean. If you want to do gameplays, that's a huge bummer. However, on PS4, you know, 15, that's regular size, like length of video. So 15 minutes, that's what I'd go for, and that's why I'm getting PS4. But Xbox, I'm sorry, still has better exclusive deals, like still the popular game exclusive deals, such as you get legend cards on like FIFA, which is like really OP, and also get your COD DLCs first. So you know that's something if you want to get Xbox, obviously, because loads of people play Xbox.
You know, if I had the money, I'd get both because, you know, gamers are just people who want to have fun, not necessarily just fanboys. So, you know, I'd get both if I had the money, but if I had to choose, I'd definitely get the PS4.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's basically it for next-gen consoles, and next topic here is best upcoming games. So, have you got any best upcoming games that you know about, or...?
Well, this year, there's not a lot left this year, but this year, I'm most excited for Need for Speed Rivals, because I'm a huge fan of the Need for Speed series, and I love racing. I love arcade-style racing like Need for Speed has. I've played a lot of Burnout Paradise, actually, lately, and it just made me want to play Need for Speed again more and more. And Rivals looks great. You know, it has all the kind of seamless multiplayer integration, and, you know, obviously updated graphics and stuff. Looks really awesome. Also, Ferrari is back in Need for Speed. Ferrari hasn't been in Need for Speed for a while, but it's back with Rivals. Let's see. I think that's it for this year. Next year, not sure. That's actually probably the only one. I don't play a lot of games, but, you know, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I'm excited for Rivals.
I've got a list of 5, and you know, since it's a gamer, there is a huge variety between each game. You know, that it's not like all FPS or anything. So my first one is Watch Dogs. And this game is like probably the best game that's coming out, at least for me. It's got so
Yes.
much things, and I'm definitely doing a let's play on it. It's gonna be one of my best let's plays. It's really looking amazing, this game.
Yeah, I've watched the trailers and
yeah.
some of the gameplays. It looks so awesome.
Yeah, and then my second one's Infamous Second Son, which doesn't look bad at all, but I think it's still not better than Watch Dogs. Third one, Killzone Shadowfall. This is an FPS, but it's not the normal FPS you think of.
Yeah.
One, to get the Xbox fans out there, I don't actually like this game, but just, so I'm not really biased towards the PS4 or anything, Titanfall.
Titanfall sounds really good from what I've heard.
Yeah, it doesn't look that good to me, but, loads of people say it is good. And, just for me, Ratchet Clank Into the Nexus, but that's for the PS3, so not next gen, of course, but it's best upcoming games.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's basically it for best upcoming games, and now best licensed games.
Okay, now I haven't played a lot of licensed games, but my favorite licensed games are definitely the Lego games, like Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, that kind of thing, because they're done really, really well. They're fun. They have a lot of humor in it. It's nice to be able to, play through some of your favorite Star Wars or Indiana Jones locations, and they have a lot of building, puzzle solving. They're just really fun. Something also that I really like is Lego Lord of the Rings that came out. I think it was last year, in the fall. And I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and I haven't played like a Lord of the Rings, but I've watched some footage, and it looks really, really good. Yeah. So in my opinion, the best licensed games are definitely the Lego games.
Oh yeah, that's sort of the same as me. I've played the both of the Lego Star Wars, and they're really amazing. I really like them. But I've also got the Transformers games on the PS2 mainly, because it was so much fun as a kid, just like climbing up buildings and turning into a car, and those games were the best. I've still got like Dark of the Moon, Revenge of the Fallen and everything on the PS3, but I'm telling you, the first games on PS2 were actually the best. Another one I've got is also Star Wars, but not Lego. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This was like, I had this on Xbox, just the Xbox, not Xbox 360 or anything. I had that on there, and I was a noob and didn't know what to do. I thought I was playing online. I think I was playing online. I don't even know. But I was playing with loads of other people. I don't know if it was like loads of the computer, or other people, but because I was such a noob, I didn't even know. But it was still loads of fun. One of the maps was like, I can remember, and it was my favourite, was in this like bamboo jungle thing. It was really fun, and it had those big, I don't know what they're called because I haven't watched Star Wars for so long, but those big tanks, like walking tanks or whatever they are.
I think they're called the AT-ATs, maybe?
Oh yeah,
Are they on 2 legs or on 4?
Yeah, there are 4 ones, so like...
4, yeah, it's an AT-AT, yeah.
Yeah. And my last one is obviously The Walking Dead, because those games are always fun. Not the Survival Instinct one, the actual Telltale games, because they just get you in so much emotions, they cling you with the characters and all, and this. Anyway.
Actually, no, wait.
Go on,
before we go to the next topic, another licensed game that I remember that I really like is Star Wars Battlefront. Those are just so much fun,
I played that too.
Yeah, you can play as like pretty much any character from the Star Wars movies in so many iconic locations, and it's just so much chaos and awesomeness. I just love those games.
Yeah, so anyway, that's it for the topics, guys, and topics of the first episode of the podcast. Now we're moving on to the questions, so let me load the first question here. Midget, are you new to YouTube? And this was messaged by James Parrish. James, I am not new to YouTube. In fact, I'm actually quite old. I started in 2008.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, and that was just basically, messing around. I saw my first ever gameplay. That's how I started. Gameplays. I had my laptop in front of the TV, if you want to say really bad laptop in front of the TV, and I recorded with a webcam. And I stood up when I hate standing up playing games. Yeah. I stood up and talked over it, and then I put music over it, but you know, since I was not very good at editing, the music went full blast and you couldn't even hear me, not a single bit. So, you know, yeah, and that channel's still up. It's that gameplay was in 2009, but I did upload my first video in 2008, so it's theoretically I was started in 2008. That's when I made my channel. That channel.
Dang, man, you totally beat me. My first video was in 2011.
Yeah. Original.
Wow.
Yeah, so the second question comes from Kelly Osborne, and he says, liked your page, my picture is just that, I put it up for Halloween, lol. I would need lots of advice, really haven't played any games since the Atari 2600. What gaming system do you have and what are your favourite games? Kelly, my auntie and uncle had the Atari 2600. It didn't work for me, but I know what it looks like. It's like this triangular box thing with like one of those nunchuck things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I have 2 PS3s and a gaming PC right now, this bad boy right now. They're, you know, they do really good. I wouldn't say they're bad. I actually love, I've got FIFA playing right there, if you like, guys can see me. And yeah, so Kelly, thanks for the question, and on to the next question. So Jake Shaw says, Midget, what are your top 10 favourite games of all time, and what was your first ever console? So my first ever console was the PS2, mainly because I got it sent by my cousin who worked at a game store, and my dad also said get like a really cool game, so that's when Ratchet and Clank came in handy, because he got me that game. But my first ever 2 games, believe it or not, was SpongeBob and Scooby-Doo Night of the Fries. They were my 2 favourite games, 2 first games I want to say, in like 2006. And also, guys, I'm with Call of Duty, since Call of Duty The Finest Hour, and that's the first Call of Duty ever, so I'm kind of proud of that, because not many people have Call of Duty since the first one. But anyway, my 10 favourite games, I'll say them from 10th, so, you know, builds up, sort of. The suspense, if you want to say that. Infamous is my 10th. I love the first Infamous, as he had unique powers, and the game was fun. I love the cutscenes because they were, you know, breathtaking. They were original. They weren't actually cutscenes, they were like pictures. It's a shame Cole's voice didn't carry on. That's why I'll say straight away that Infamous 2 didn't get up into my top 10. So GTA comes 9th. It's an alright game, but the ending was like meh, you know, I didn't like the ending. 8th is FIFA 14.
Which one?
GTA 5, I said.
Oh, I didn't know.
FIFA 14, I love the FIFA series, you know, it's always going to be one of those in the top 10. 7th, Ratchet and Clank. Many didn't like this game because of the new, I don't know what it's called, the new way they planned the game out and set the game and how you played the game. It was new. You could have 4 players. I personally really liked the game, but like many didn't, and that's why I gave it the 7th. 6th, Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel. I was like such a fanboy. As soon as it got released, I was like, Mom, get me the Devil's Cartel, Mom, get me the Devil's Cartel. And she had to go around 150 miles just to get it, because...
Dude,
yeah,
wow, that's crazy.
She had to go...
Your mom was amazing.
Yeah, she had to go from where I am now, just to like just going into Scotland, basically.
Wow, that is crazy.
Just to get my Devil's Cartel, because I was so mad about the game. 5th is Assassin's Creed 3. Probably the most fun game, as you could do whatever you want and all. 4th, again, Transformers Dark of the Moon. I love the storyline, and it's The Walking Dead Season 1. It comes 3rd, so into the top 3 now. The relationship between Lee and Clementine was just, you know, amazing. I couldn't, you know, I cried at the end like a little girl because Lee died. Spoiler alert. But that's too late.
I think everybody cried.
Mafia 2 comes 2nd. That game is addicting, if you like. You can go, it's like so realistic too. If you go over 40 miles per hour in like an old car, and like the police catch you, they start, you know, shooting your tyres and everything. It's amazing, literally. And the ending just broke me. First, drum roll. Ratchet and Clank 2. Yeah. I told you, this third game I ever bought, its originality, graphics at the time, amazing ideas, amazing missions, extraordinary enemies and bosses. Also, the AI was fantastic. You know, you can't beat this game. If you've got a PS2, go and buy Ratchet Clank 2. I'm literally telling you. It's so original and so fun. That's the best game ever, in my opinion. So, yeah, so, Jake, sure, that was quite an answer for you, I guess. So let's move on to the next question. Cal Roberts says, Midget, when are you going to start doing Let's Plays? Because I'm bored of seeing regular Minecraft. I do enjoy seeing your vids though, because they're quite unique. Well, Cal, I'm going to do regular Let's Plays on the PS4, and my first one is going to be Watch Dogs. However, you have to stick to my Minecraft one since I don't have a capture card, so I have to wait till PS4. So that was quite a short answer. Next question comes in from Stevie Butland, and he says, Midget, what Let's Plays will you do in the future? Thanks for the question, Stevie. I'll be doing Let's Plays of whatever game I get. That's basically every single game I get. Definitely Watch Dogs, possibly Killzone Shadowfall, and more games like that. You know, I said the games I like before, so that's the games I'll get. The next question comes from Chelsea Sherwood, and she says, Hey guys, this is a question for both of you. I'm 13 and I want to ask out a boy, but he's always around his mates, and he seems to never pay attention to me. How should I ask him out without it being awkward? Please help.
Okay, you go first.
How about you go first?
No. Okay. Well, just, I don't know, start talking to him, I guess. And see what he likes and doesn't like. If you know, if you're still interested in him after you find out what he likes and doesn't like, then you know you can say, hey, you want to hang out sometime? I don't know.
Okay, Chelsea.
That was a terrible answer. I'm sorry.
Okay, mine's actually pretty good. Chelsea, I would get like him when you're coming out of class, if you know what I mean, just walking out and say hello, just say, can we talk? Don't look nervous, because then he'll sort of guess what you want to tell him. It's better telling him face to face from personal experience, because rather than Facebook or something, because it shows that you're confident and he might actually like that. Whatever you do, I'm sorry, don't tell him over a social network, because that's the worst. He can just print screen it and take the mick out of you on like Facebook. Yeah, and best of luck, Chelsea. So
okay, wait, hold on. I need to answer that again, because my answer was not good at all.
Okay.
Okay, so I agree with Midget. Like, you know, coming out of class is a good time, or maybe like at lunch or something, or you know, just start talking to him, and if he answers back, you know, if he's kind of interested, then you know, you can talk to him the next few days, and if you get to know him a little bit better, then say, hey, you want to go hang out or something like that. So yeah.
That's it. So yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this first ever podcast, guys.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So another one is coming next week, I presume, if we get everything sorted.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this was Midget and Skeblik.
Thank you guys for watching.
And we'll see you guys next time.